Well, namaskar to all of you. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Very happy to be with you after this lapse of almost month and a half, so to speak. I'm very excited, feel very excited, very happy. I'm sure you are also feeling the likewise. So today is the day. Today is July 31st here in Sunday. Here is in Washington DC area is 6:30 a.m. It's 4 p.m. in New Delhi, and also in other parts of the world you have a different time zone. So I welcome you on behalf of the Chananda Culture Society, all who have joined us and will be joining us. I'll wait a few more minutes to welcome you personally. Uh, so let's start as we always do. I have a lot of good things to share with you, a lot of new ideas, a lot of new things. I'm sure you will enjoy that. So let's start with as we always do, with the our invocation from our beloved messenger. I found this new invocation. It's a video invocation. I hope you will like it too. Jay, all yours, my friend.
Name of beloved Lord Himalaya Vevasvata Manu, the god and goddess Meru and the great divine director. By the heart of Helios and Vesta, we salute all of our brothers and sisters in white, ascended hosts and saints of the great white brotherhood, and all who are a part of a mighty cosmic effort to rescue the souls of light upon earth and to roll back every threatening woe that can be rolled back by the will of God. We thank you, beloved beings of light, our teachers and friends who have so organized yourselves to make possible our own service, which we sense in such an accelerating manner. In the name of light we say, Hail Himalaya! Hail Himalaya! Hail Himalaya! Hail Himalaya!
Well, some of you know that, some of you may not know that Himalaya is a mountain in India. The Everest is the highest peak of the Himalaya in 29,000 some feet, And also there is a Sunday master called Himalaya. In India, we know that Himalaya is the father of Parvati. The Shiva is the son-in-law of Himalaya, and also Ganesh and Ganeshji and Kartikeya, Sanat Kumara, we call him, are the two sons of Lord Himalaya and Parvati. So that was the invocation that was given. The background was at Camelot, place called Camelot in California. So that is no longer there, but there was a background that you saw, that the statue of Mother Mary. Also, you notice that's up front. So we were there. The Summit Lighthouse was there for quite a few years. I think, as far as I remember, it back in 1977 to 1984 or something like that. Early 80s, we were there for many years. So then you bought the property in Montana, where we are right now, in the Royal Teton Ranch, we call it. So that is a history of where we have been and where we are, and or we are all one in the heart of God. So that is the beginning of our. What I have to share with you is something. I've been away. I've been attending a conference in Montana, late June through 10th of 9th or 10th of July, 10th of July. Yeah, so that was a 1 week conference, 6 days of conference, and about 4 days of Summit University that I had over there. Was quite an experience. We call it in a retreat, where we gather everywhere. A lot of people come from all over the world, and there was something very special event. I would be sharing with you some of those things and the topic of today is, of course, of the session is workshop is also moksha ascension, or the freedom from you know uh, ascension we call it, how we achieve ascension from the negativities of this world. The word ascension has uh, different meanings for different people. The one meaning that and the message they've given to us is that how we can free ourselves while we are in embodiment from the negativity of the world. We call it moksha or freedom. And so this workshop today is focused on what I learned, some of the things that I learned from that retreat that I attended. I like to be sharing with you also in background of the ascended message teaching that are our focus, our basis of understanding. So I'd like to welcome all of you who have joined us before we begin. So Okezizi, welcome, my friend, from Nigeria. You know, Lavina ji, welcome. Um, Jabisa, welcome. Uh, Hannah Khanna ji, welcome. Rita Lamba ji, welcome. And Mohini ji, welcome. And so let's begin. I like to focus this presentation today that we are doing more like on you can ask me questions if you have also, as I will be going over a lot of things that I like to share with you. So I'm sure your question will come up as we move on down towards the end of this session. Our session is going to be only 1.5 hour long, not 2 hours. We like to keep our Sunday session hour and a half long. I think 2 hours may be long for some people, so like to keep it brief. Also, I like to be sharing with you also as we move forward, but I want to share it with you a few times. Also, starting next Sunday, we are starting something different, something new, something exciting, and that is what we call it a book study group. Here's a book called you can look at that. It's called Chela and the Path. This is written by Master Almoria. And we will be reviewing this book. It has a 16 chapters or 16 lessons, you can call it. Each chapter is like a lesson. So we will be reviewing as a group, all of us, online. In a Kindle group that will have open up the book and we'll read paragraph by paragraph and go by chapter every session and discuss that, what Almoria has imparted to us, the keys in each of these chapters. You can get this book online from Amazon. It's called the Chela and the Path by uh, it's Elizabeth Clare Prophet. That's the author of it, Elizabeth Clare Prophet, the Chela and the Path. It will be good to have this book because Almoria has recommended this book as a first book for all chelas who are, we call them chelas ourselves, students, of and Almoria is the first guru that takes us under his wings and tutors us, all the different steps along the journey of on the path. So to chela and the path, walking on the path of what? Path of Christhood, path of Godhood, path of becoming I am that I am, path of what who we really meant to be. And then, of course, the theme today put together is a moksha, the goal of life. So you might be thinking, how does goal of life fit with this path of Christhood? Because when we came long time ago on the earth with Sanat Kumara, 144,000, we came here for a mission according to the teaching of the Sanat Kumara has given to us, and then we got stuck here. And then the moksha, because we got stuck in the negativity, the karma situation, and we forgot that we came here for fulfill our mission or dharma. So goal of life is freedom two ways: freedom from the negativities of the world while we are still in embodiment. That is very important part. And secondly, after we have once we become free, once we are free from negativity of the world, then we are like a balloon, that can rise above and we can merge with our I am presence. I am that I am. We can become Brahmasmi. We are meant to be. So that's a goal of life. That's where we came in the beginning to in that light, you go back in that light. If I am that I am. So that is what I wanted to share with you. I'd like to welcome Azelia ji, and also say I think I welcome all of you. Let's begin with first thing first. So what I'm saying it, what I've said already, I will be sharing with you a lot of teaching on moksha, on ascension. What is the true teaching on that? That is the purpose of presentation today. So I hope you will have, you'll find it very exciting. And as you have questions, you can raise your hand in the chat room, and Jay will and kind of moderate that and bring you. I think the more questions we have, I think today, the more we will actually learn from those questions, and all we will all benefit together. So here is something that I want to share with you. This, what is this? I got this paragraph on ascension or moksha or freedom. I got it from the TSL Encyclopedia Online. TSL Encyclopedia Online, and you can put the word in the search column, Ascension, and I got this paragraph, which is a very brief summary of that. I'd like to go over with you. And who is the master of Ascension? His name is Ascended Master Sarapas Bey. He's a Chohan of the fourth ray. So we'll learn more about it today as we move forward. So here we go in the first paragraph. What is ascension? What is moksha? What is freedom? I'm going to read that. It is in the sacred ritual whereby the soul reunites with the spirit of the living God. Living God. Now, this is something, you know the meaning of that, I know, but I still want to say that living God in you. You are the God incarnate. You are your heart beats because the heart of God in you beats. That is the meaning of living God. The I am presence, we call it. The ascension is the culmination of the soul, God victorious sojourn in time and space. It is the goal of life and the reward of the righteous, that is a gift of God. So you might be thinking, what is the reward of the righteous? Who is righteous? Righteous is the name given to our higher self, our Krishna consciousness, our holy Christ self, our higher self. It is called the righteous. Reward. Reward means the righteous means righteous reward means or reward for the righteous means same thing. Is the one that we are made of, that I won't say we deserve that, but I think the grace of God, what we are made of that, we receive that, what is our inner ingredients, inner constituents of that. So if the is gift of God, because gift of I am that I am who I am what I am, you know, it's like Om Tat Sat Om. That is the meaning of gift of God in the truth and meaning of the word. So what is the physical ascension? You might be, there have been physical ascension also. People have been ascended there. I think some bodily people have been lifted up because when they balance 100% of the karma, and also some other requirements that are also there. We- So we're going to find out about it in this paragraph. What is the physical ascension and what is the ascension which is not physical? What is the difference between the two? The Sunday message teach that it is not necessary to actually raise the physical body in order to ascend. So that is something I think want to learn more about it. Let's see. Let's continue reading. The soul itself may take flight from the mortal coil and be translated through the ascension process, while the physical remains may be consigned to the sacred fire through the ritual of cremation. So that is something uh, normally what happens to a lot of people. We don't. A lot of people do not go through the physical uh, physical ascension process. Although there are instances of a physical ascension, The physical ascension does require the balancing of between 95 and 100% of one's karma. That is, please make a note of that. Whereby through the dispensation of the Aquarian age, that where we are right now living under Saint Germain, the great law exacts the 51% balance of karma, thereby enabling the soul to, yeah, okay, enabling the soul to balance the remaining 49% after the ascension. No, none of us do not know that. I did not know that when I came to this organization, Summit Lighthouse, many, many years ago, that that is a requirement was 100%. I did not even know that much about the 100% or 51% difference, until I came into the Summit Lighthouse. So now this is the grace of Masters, Lords of Karma, and that we have this new dispensation. We do not have to balance 100% of our karma for our ascension. Please make a note of that. This is a great dispensation, great mercy of God. Why? You might be thinking, why? Why did this dispensation was given to us? The reason was that masters have told us that in many, many instances, people were not able to balance uh, 100% of the karma. For example, in one lifetime, a person would come and he will balance 60%, 70%, 80% of the karma, and then that is it. Then he'll die. Next lifetime, the person will come and he will go backwards instead of moving forward. He will go back to less than 50% next lifetime. No, the myth is this. The people have misunderstanding. I have heard from some of the people who that it is not so. The person who makes his balances so much karma, he never goes back. He continues on to climbing the next step and next round and keep making progress. As Sandra Master say, it is not the case. A person can go backwards because of the free will choices one can make wrong choices and the right choices. God has given us free will. We do not. We know that that is a gift of God, and because of that free will, I can do. I mean, I can do whatever I want to do. I can go to Gurdwara, I can go to temple, I can go to workshop. I do not have to go. I listen to some teaching. I will follow it. I will not follow it. I will decree. I will not decree. It's up to me. Is so that is the free will choice that master said that has greatest gift that God master do not interfere in that, and that is the reason why that this 51% dispensation was given, so people can balance the remaining 49% from the etheric retreats. What are the etheric retreats? Or after somebody makes a physical transition, the soul leaves the body, as he said, and the soul travels to the etheric retreats where we have classes, where we have learned, where we go on to further training before the soul comes back again into the next body, and then starts the journey again. Now, here is something that I want to share with you that I learned from this workshop. When I went to Montana, I learned that. And this is something if you want to make a note of that, please, very important tip. What I did not know that, and what I learned from that, it is 10 times more difficult to balance karma from the etheric retreats than here being in a physical body. 10 times more, meaning what? 10 times more difficult. It could take 10 times more time, time wise, in a time, it could time 10 times more energy required, balance 10 times more difficult. You could look at many ways. So I'm going to read that part when you come to that exactly what it the meaning of this particular uh, part is 10 times. Here is something I think I'm going to make sure that I do not miss it. What I want to share with you. The ascension is the acceleration of consciousness. That is something that you want to make a note of that. It is a goal that makes us strive to be better people every day. It is a basic drive of God's children. Now here, uh, the I'm looking for that piece that I saw last night. Here is something before I go to that. The In the scriptures of the world, the ascension is called soul liberation or nirvana or samadhi, and all types of state of consciousness that represent the acceleration, the intensification, the stepping up of the spin of the electrons around the atoms, the stepping up of the energy in the core of the atom. So that is another part. Uh, I will I have not found yet, but I'm looking for. But hopefully I'll come to that when we go away. But I remember saying that it is reading that is 10 times more difficult to balance the from the etheric level than on the physical level. I'm going to continue reading where I left off. So it's just the requirement for the ascension, just paragraph above that. When a physical when a physical ascension takes place, the physical body is transformed by and superseded by the ascended master light body. During the ascension ritual, the soul becomes permanently clothed with this body, also called the wedding garment or the deathless solar body. Now, this is something I think we do not know this word wedding garment. We do not know the deathless solar body, the word. So a lot of these words that you will be, you know, listening maybe new to you because they have been not really in the religions of the world, not only all religions of the world that I know of, there has not been given or paid too much attention on the word ascension or moksha, and people kind of are kind of left void of much knowledge about the ascension. Therefore, it is a goal of life. It's a very important thing to have goal of life. So we should know more about it. That is the reason why I wanted to share with you as much as I as a little as I know or as much as I can, on this topic. I hope you will enjoy it also, benefit and apply it more in our lives. So that is the next paragraph. Requirement for the ascension. Now this is something that is very, very important. I think some of the bullets I also got from the TSL encyclopedia. There's much more explanation over there in detail. So here is something that I want to share with you. Let's let's read it together. Purity, discipline, and love. Three things. Purity of mind, purity of heart, purity of consciousness, purity of body temple, purity of everything in its that it means that discipline is very important thing. Self-discipline is very important thing. So sometimes we take discipline very lightly. So this self-discipline and love, of course, the three things are there. So masters only chose these three things. The man could there could be many other things you can add to that, but these are the first three, and everything else comes under that. Purity, discipline, and love are requirements for the ascension. For in these three virtues, the law is satisfied. Purity of consecration. What is consecration? Consecration is motive of the heart, how we offer ourselves to, to God. What is my motive? Am I doing, for show? Am I doing for the ego? I'm standing before the people to be thought wise, or how many followers we have, or how many books we have written, or what is the motive? What is the hidden motive, not the outer motive, the hidden motive of the heart, hidden motive of the mind, which is a sometimes the dweller we call it, the ego, Okay. Purity of consecration of heart and mind and soul. Heart and mind and soul. So you can look at three of them independently. Is my heart pure? Is my mind pure? Is my soul pure? Sometimes he said, मेरा मन मेरा मन ऐसा करता है. In man we include everything. Well, that is all right, but we come on to really break it into pieces. Is my heart? Where is my heart? Where is my mind at? Where is my soul? Do I love my soul? Soul is like inner child. Soul is like the what you call is the psychology. Is my psychology is a psychology? Is the state of the soul is a psychology. Is my inner child happy? Am I? What is the outlook of my soul? What my soul likes, what does not like? Why do not I like this? Why I do not? Why I like this? How I react to different people when the people say something. What I like? What is going on through my soul consciousness? Soul consciousness is another word. Okay. Discipline of motive and desire. Discipline of motive and desire. So this is another thing. This is something is now we talk about the discipline, motive and desire. How much discipline we have. Masters tell us that discipline is when we are. What is a discipline? Discipline is a discipline of our Krishna consciousness, our higher mind. When we are disobedient to the the voice of the consciousness, we are being rebellious. This is another word, rebellious. I want to do my way. We do not say that way, but that's what our actions are. That's what our mind is. That I want to get up. I don't want to get up. I want to go. I don't want to go. When you are late, when you are not on time, so it is all the state of disobedience. It's our rebellion. Anyway, uh, okay, and transparent thoughts. This is another word. Are my thoughts transparent? Am I a transparent person? Am I what you see is what you get? When we are transparent, we can read people also that way. It's like a mirror of consciousness. When we are our mirror of our soul, mirror of our mind, mirror of our heart are clean. They're transparent. We can people see themselves in us, and we can read people also. That is another way to look at it. So he says that these are the qualities that are for enlightened self-interest also. Feelings and acts. Feelings and acts. What you feel and what you act. So that is action, of course, action. Feeling is the language of the soul. Again, shining in the crystal clear stream of consciousness flowing back to its source. The source is I am, that I am. The source is the Holy Christ self, the stream coming back and forth. You will feel that these Ascended Master teachings are not theoretical, they are not mythical, they are not really something that we can kind of contemplate, in theory, but they are really real. And the more we are in this three stream, the purity, discipline, and love, the more we are in the flow of the ascension or moksha or purity. Next paragraph. The ritual of ascension is a goal for everyone who understands his reason for being. Now the question is, as I was saying before, we have not been taught that. We have not much emphasis has been given or placed on goal of life is ascension. I did not know that. I don't know what do you know, when I was growing up, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we shall die. That was the credo, the, the, the saying that I had, everybody was saying, and so that is the not really the true thing that has been propagated. That theme has been propagated by the people who do not want us to know about goal of life. They want us to, next life, next life. We'll think about next life, ascension. Abhi to enjoy karo. So those are the teachings that we have been. I was indoctrinated with that. Most of us are. Now we want to really have a shift of consciousness by this new understanding of the goal of life. Okay, this initiation, now this word is new for you. This initiation can and will come to anyone, even to a little child when we are ready. Now, this is very important line. What is the initiation? Initiation is more than a test. Testing, like when you go to the school, you have tests every day, or or every week. But then we have the exam or we call initiation that are every semester or every year. So those are when we pass those initiation, those tests, we are given increment of light by masters, by God, by our higher self, our holy Christ self, and our I am that I am. What is that increment of light means? That means we have ascending. We have become more of a light. As I say, ascension is simply put, it is a reward, as we said, it's a gift. We receive the light and we become much more illumined, much more loving, much more kinder, much more pure, much more disciplined, much more of everything that we can think of. So that is really the goal of life. Or initiation means that we are we are actually becoming closer to our I am presence, closer to our ascension goal of life. Okay, here are some bullets. I want to go over very quickly, so so we can actually move on with what else you might have on your heart, on your mind to ask me. So first bullet is when we have balanced our threefold flame. You know that the balancing of threefold flame is a requirement for the ascension. We have a threefold flame, as you know, that different color, 1/16th of an inch in height, which can be increased. We have a degree 20.03, another degree that we have given, and we should continue given. I want to say something here very, very important. I might have said that before. Please make a note of that. If you have missed it, or if I have not said it this way, I want to say that why Summit Lighthouse? People ask me, Summit Lighthouse may, no, we do not get this, we do not get that. Other gurus, they gave us, this, other gurus gave us this. Summit Lighthouse does not give us, we only have degrees, only degrees. So many degrees we gave, and this is true. There are many, many degrees. I shared with you this example, why it is so. How I heard from our messenger, Elizabeth Clay Prophet, some time ago, that she asked Saint Germain, or she asked the master that if she can, a lot of people come for healing, and to any religious organization, any spiritual organization, people come for healing. She says, well, a lot of people come here, and you know, is it can Samay Lighthouse, can she, or can the disciples or the chelas or the initiates of this Samay Lighthouse, can they heal other people? Like people, go to many places, like Jesus heal other, and other gurus heal them. So here is what the response of masters was and is today. The, the the physician heal thyself is a very important part. So these decrees allow people to heal themselves first of all, and they can heal the world. So that is the mission of the Summit Lighthouse students, our all of us, that we practice these teachings, which are very powerful. These decrees, or this called the science of the spoken word, based on science of the spoken word. These are the ancient teachings. They were known by the people, by yogis, by gurus, and the many ancient science. And people use it to create. This is how the world were created, are being created today, for good or for bad. So this, when we know the Ascended Masters teaching through the particular degrees, we apply these degrees to be a co-creator with God, co-creator with Brahma, co-creator with the co-preserver with Vishnu, co-destroyer of negativity with Shiva. That is a threefold flame I'm talking about. The threefold flame is very, very important gift that God has given, which not a organization do not know that. They only know that spark of life. We have a spark in us. That's it. They do not know that. So this revelation of the threefold flame is priceless. It's very timely. It's very important, but we have to use it. Once we use it in threefold flame, the decree book that we have been given on the 7 colors and 5 sacred rays, 12 colors altogether, that is a mighty reservoir of energy, of light, of treasure that we can become one, can become, use it, become one with co-creator, co-preserver, co-destroyer, God incarnate. That is the reason why Summit Lighthouse is a unique organization that empowers people to become God in a very quick, shortest manner. What is the shortest difference distance between 2 points? Straight line. Well, people say all path go to God. All sabhi raaste bhagwan ke paas jate hain. Yes and no. I want to say that to you. It's not true. Some roads go to God, some roads don't. Some roads go to God with a longer way. They go round and round and round and round. Many embodiments. And then more embodiments a person takes, more risk person takes, more people are likely to fall prey to pits and fall and miss their goal of life. So always you want to take a shortest distance. So that's why we have this decrease on Wale flame particularly. And the discipline of the, we're talking about the Sarapas Bay today. So discipline of the fourth ray, which is purity ray, the fourth ray of purity. So that is the coming back to the point of the threefold flame. What the knowledge of threefold flame and the decrease is so pertinent, so important. Next one, next bullet. When our four lower bodies are aligned and functioning as pure chalices for the flame of the Holy Spirit. Wow. You might be thinking, समझ में आ गया कुछ समझ में नहीं आया. हाँ, मुझे भी समझ में थोड़ा आया थोड़ा नहीं आया. Let's go over with this together. We have four lower bodies, etheric, mental, emotional, and physical. They are four concentric, but they have to be in alignment. This is another thing. If you have like four plates and if they are not in alignment with each other, it's four plates which have holes, and they are in alignment. So when you put the water on the top plate, it flows to the fourth plate very harmoniously, But so that is the meaning of the alignment. And they are, so where is the Holy Spirit comes into this picture, When there is blockages, when the water is not, when the four plates are not in alignment, the water will not flow harmoniously. There will be blockages, there will be stagnant water, and that is, the Holy Spirit always flows smoothly. As you know that from the top figure of the chart to the middle figure in the chart to the bottom figure, continuously through 7 chakras. That's why we have the Vala flame decrease, so there could be no blockages. So the idea is really the Holy Spirit does always in a motion. It's it is like I have given many times the example when you have a switch on the wall and there is a bulb, on some place, quite far off. You turn the switch on, and then the light comes on. Why? How? Because there is a wire between that's connected to the switch to the bulb, and so the wire is the Holy Spirit. Now we know that prana is a word for oxygen, but it's more than that. It's a presence of Master Mahachohan. It's a presence of Shiva. It's a Holy Spirit. It's a God. So that is something that prana is okay. It's a scientific word. It's true. It's more than that. We are a spiritual scientist. We are not the scientist looking at everything through the eyes of a student of science here only. So we are becoming an adept, and we are becoming God incarnate. We are telling the world that we live in, our family members, our whoever we have come in contact. If we know who we really are, we believe in that. People will see that. People will believe, because your word will be the word of the Holy Spirit, the word of God, not ordinary words. Co-creator, co-preserver, co-destroyer, and people will be world. Your word will be transformed, and the word of around you will be transformed at the same time. Third bullet: when a balance of mastery has been achieved on all the rays. Okay. Now this is something we have a 7 rays. As you know of, we have a one major ray, we have a one minor ray. But we have to have a mastery of. You cannot say my major ray is this, my minor ray is that. That's all I want to care about. I don't want to care about the other 5 rays. That's not the case. Our decree book has all the 7 rays. All decrees on all 7 rays. So we have to have the mastery of the or knowledge or understanding of the all 7 rays, because all 7 rays comprise the white light, which is the white light of I am that I am. It's like a stream of 7 colors, and we have to know the virtues and the properties and characteristics and embody them, understand them that way. Okay, fourth bullet. When we have attained mastery over sin, what is sin? Sin is uh, which is misuse of light of God, even black magic, knowingly or unknowingly, in thought, feelings, and word. People practice black magic. We all practice black magic. Lying is a black magic, by the way. Hiding the truth is a black magic. Hurting someone knowingly or unknowingly is a black magic. So we have a definition of black magic in certain way, which is true. People practice that against each other. That is true. But we also, and please know that we also are accustomed to any misuse of light is black magic that we practice knowingly or unknowingly. So we have to have the mastery of when we have a mastery over sin, sickness, and death. Sickness and death. What is sickness? Sickness is the when there's a blockage of that energy in our 4 Lord bodies. We call it physical, mental, emotional sickness. We need to go to doctor, we need to take the medicine, but we also know that the blockage comes because we have not been given decrees, we have not been giving meditation, we have not been doing prayers, we have not been having the flow of energy. They have become stagnant in our body temple. And that is, so we have to do service, sacrifice, surrender, and selflessness. These are the 4 pillars of how to remove that blockage in our consciousness. Of course, death is the death of what? Death doesn't mean physical death. Death means the death of the good qualities, death of the thinking that I slowly people become more into the culture of eat, drink, and be merry. So there's a death of the God qualities, the virtues. We begin to vibrate more towards the human life, physical comfort, physicalness only, and we forget about the purpose of life, goal of life. So that is another meaning of death. And every outer condition. Next one, when we have fulfilled our divine plan through service rendered to God and man. So divine plan is a dharma. That is another thing, balancing the karma and fulfilling the dharma, whatever purpose we came here in life. So you might be thinking, what is my dharma? What is my purpose of life? So purpose of life is increment by increment. In each life, you have a different slice of that. And I consider that Master told us that consider that this is your last life. You are going to make your ascension and you make a determination that you are not going to come back. You want to fulfill your divine plan in this life, whatever you are doing with more diligence, more effort, more energies into that. So that is a between God and man. What is God and man? Because the God is you can look at it this way. Man, you look at the cross. The cross, Jesus Christ has a cross and was crucified on that. We all are on a cross. The vertical bar of the cross and the horizontal bar of the cross. The vertical bar of the cross is the relationship with God. I am that I am with the God. The horizontal line of the cross is a relationship with man, human beings on the world. So these are you can look at it that like when you stretch your hands, left and right, and your head and your feet on the vertical line, and your hands on the horizontal line. So we have to have a relationship with both man and God, and in the heart chakra, right where the cross line of the vertical and horizontal line meet, there is a heart chakra over there. There is a place of the Om. Om, I am that I am. Om Tat Sat Om, where one is in once when we are over there in that place of Om, we are in harmony. We are one with God, righteous with man and God. That is the meaning of that. When we have balance at least 51% our karma, we talked about that quite a bit. When our heart is just toward both God and man, I think we said that earlier. When we aspire for the never failing light of God, eternally ascending presence. Now, this is the goal of life. You will feel that when you are more you are and the level of purity, discipline, and love, the three ingredients that you mentioned, more you will feel the flow, the current of God flowing from top to bottom, bottom to top, left to right, right to left, meeting, going in the center of your heart perpetually. So that is a little bit I want to share with you about that. I like to have a song. I think this song is very beautiful that we're going to sing a song to on Ascension or Moksha. We do not sing many songs. I thought of we have a 4 or 5 songs to Ascension in our songbook. If you do not have a songbook, please ask Poonam, or you want to have a songbook also. We will be singing the songs in our future workshops, almost at every meeting. If you have a songbook, you will enjoy the meditation and the current energy that you receive. From the say it's like a bhajan. It's like a devotion to God offering. So I like to welcome. I think some of our friends, families have joined. In the meantime, Radha Krishan ji, welcome. We have Vikram ji, welcome. Sonika ji, welcome. Say Gracie, Gracie ji, welcome, and Shilpi ji, welcome. Nice of you to have all of you together here. So Jay, can we play that song, please? It's beautiful song. I think when we sing that song, particularly this one to Ascension, you know what happens? Masters have told us it raises the vibration from Kundalini, which is the root chakra on the bottom, to the crown, to the raises energy. Sarapas Bay personally does that. Sarapas Bay is a Chohan of the fourth ray, and all the angels with him, they call it Seraphim. Seraphim are much taller than they have is 6 wings, not not 2 wings, but they have 6 wings, front and back, and they're taller, and they come and they attend to us. And so you can meditate or you can sing the words as we sing them. Jay, all yours.
Mighty God, I am present.
I'd like to go over some of the wording of this song, because these songs are also decrees. These are not just a song we sing song to feel good, but they are really powerful cups of light. So from the realms of God's eternal peace, I feel the power of love's release, and in contemplation now I say, my beloved, I am presence over me. Now, what is the meaning of that? Why my presence over me? We have been told that the I am presence hovers over our head 7 to 70 feet above. Why 7 to 70 feet? Why this range of 7 to 70 feet? 70 feet is the highest range. And as we are ascending, or we are purifying ourselves, as we are getting close to our goal of ascension, that distance becomes shorter and shorter and shorter. And finally, it becomes like a 7 feet. Seven, it's more than that, but person becomes walking and talking, so that presence overtakes the person. But I'm talking about is 7 feet means what? 7 feet means you can raise your hand, you can touch the feet of your I am presence. That's what it means. Your I am presence has a feet, I am presence has a hand, and I am presence has a body, like you can see in the chart of the presence. I did not know that, but this is your I am presence has a heart, everything like in the etheric plane, they have everything that you have, everything. So you can, so we have been told that you can feel when you are sometime when you are decreeing, you can raise your hand and you can touch the feet of your I am presence so close to you. So that is the meaning of that. I have my beloved I am presence over me. Please get into the habit of talking to your I am presence. I am presence, whatever name you want to call it, by now, Guru, yeah, Rabbi, yeah, God, yeah, Ishwar, or whatever name you want to call that. I love you. You are so close to me. Please hug me. Please, please take me in your arm. Put your arms around me. Please, yeah, just how the way you want to talk to someone you adores, who is the source of life, who is one who has created us, who is part of us. That is the meaning of first paragraph. His dazzling light envelops all. So, dazzling means very powerful light. Uh, as as in adoration, now I call adoring. What is adoring? Adoration. I love you like mother loves a child loves a mother, you love husband loves a wife, your brother loves a sister, that is adoring love. As loving arms enfold me around, you can feel the arms of your I am presence enfolding you, and feel that way. I dwell in majesty profound. What is majesty? Majesty of God. You are God. You are son and daughter of God. You are God incarnate. Nobody taught me. We always go to different different gurus and different teachers and different, and we all did that. I did that, because I did not know that there is something, the relationship like that, that is all healing, all wholeness, all encompassing, all powering, all loving, all. I didn't think that one wanted. Now we go to different gurus and different people, and because we had to go through that search, to appreciate the final destiny, final पड़ाव बोलते हैं इसको, जब उस पड़ाव पे हम लोग पहुंचे, जब मैं इस पड़ाव पे पहुंचा, मैंने बोला, is that possible, God? Is it really God? Is God every place? You know. So anyway, I'll I'll continue on. Okay. From within its pulsing sacred flame, I here reveal my secret name. Now, this is something very, I think I'd like to share that when we become the candidate for ascension, our name is pronounced by whom? By Archangel Gabriel personally. Archangel Gabriel will announce that name through your higher self, through your holy Christ self, that you are candidate for the ascension in this life. This is what happened to we are told about Jesus' story, but Jesus said it was not only for him. This is my beloved son in whom I am pleased. That was the proclamation that the Holy Dove came upon him according to Bible. But that is for everyone. Somehow people, in the Christian in a terminology or understanding, people only use that to Jesus only as a only Son of God. Not so. We are all sons and daughters of God. What happened to Jesus? Jesus said that we can do even greater things than him, because we are one with all his and immaculate light. This is the revelation. This is the teaching of Satyog. This is the teaching of Golden Age. That is not known to not many people. You are the lighthouse. You are the pillar of light. You are the being of light that people will believe in you, because the word of God will come through your mouth, and people will say, yeah, some will, some will not, but it doesn't matter who will not. The word has to be pronounced. The word has to be said in the ether, the Akashic record. It has to be said. It has to be recorded. Okay, I'm going to continue. Uh, okay, as I rise in consciousness, I stand ever holding over death the victor's hand. Death means the death of soul, death of body, death of mind, death of it's called resurrection. Resurrection is a regeneration of the light. Soul becomes from mortal, it becomes immortal. It unites with higher self. Soul is a part of the higher self. People do not know that Jivatma is a part of Atma. Jivatma is mortal. Atma is immortal. So once upon a time, before this Jivatma or the soul became separated from Atma, it was immortal because of the free will choice. That's what I'm coming back to again and again. We have a free will choice. Our soul has a free will choice. And so now, when you sing this song, when you do these decrees, when you are feeling the profound love of your I am presence, we are getting inch by inch closer to our I am presence, and we are ascending. Okay, as I arise, ascended free from deep within my heart, the light I see enfold all in its power of love. Power of love, have you heard of that? Power of love. Another word to think about, the sacred tone from above. What is sacred tone from above? Love is a tone. Tone is a musical tone. Love is the key. That you can look at it that way. Coming from the higher self, to you. So many ways you can interpret these words. Next one, now in heaven realm. So now here's something. Now we are in this paragraph. We are on a different plane. We are rising on a different plane of energy now in heaven's realm. Now you are no longer in the physical body. You are thinking that you are one with your I am present. Now in heaven's realm, my voice I raise. So, so you can feel your vibration at that level in pouring forth eternal praise. You are in the etheric retreat, in etheric plane, and you are saying those words from for the love that strengthens and inspires, the love again, and the light rays that are God's sacred fires. So these are the words. You can ponder upon them. They will have they will resonate a different meaning in you. Each one of you, there are 144 tones of love, by the way, 144,000 tones of love. 144,000 tones of love, because 144 is the one mystical number that we came from with Sanat Kumara from Venus. और थोड़ा सा ऊपर करोगे जय इसको प्लीज. Yeah, I am God's love, his power, his might, my one desire, all free, life free in the light, returning now in to God, the one, the source which I am present, the great central sun. I am the great central sun in our source. So there's much more teaching I want to share with you, but I think I'll stop right here. So let's say I'm looking at the watch, 7:30. I like to give one decree to Ascension Flame. I think, Jay, can we have that one decree? Yeah, I think then we can move on to question and answers. This decree is I got it from I think it's 40.03 or something from our decree book. If you have a decree book, blaze Ascension Flame through us. So this is a picture of Serapis Bay. You can see this was I think the statue of Serapis Bay. Sole. This is a snake. from his feet upward is a kundalini. The snake is a kundalini energy of the snake that rises from the base, from the root chakra to the crown chakra, to level of the heart. That is shown here. Shown here. So this is the. Uh, let's give it together. The preamble, and then we give the decree together. In the name of the beloved, mighty, victorious presence of God, I am in me, my very own beloved Holy Christ self, beloved Serapis Bey, beloved Zarathustra, and angels of the Ascension flame, beloved Guru and Lanero, the entire spirit of the great white brotherhood, and the world mother, elemental life, fire, air, water, and earth, I decree. I want to say something. The name of the preamble, name of Zarathustra. Zarathustra is a master of fire. He's a he's a he's a, we call him he's a chela of, he calls Sant Kumara Ahura Mazda. Ahura Mazda. Yes, yes. And Ahura Mazda, uh, not many Parsis know that was the word he was using for Sanat Kumara. Ahura Mazda is the name of I am that I am. But he was calling the word for also Ahura Mazda through the Sanat Kumara in one of his dictation. He said that. So let's give that decree. Blaze the ascension flame through us, blaze the ascension flame through us, blaze the ascension flame through us, beloved I am. Blaze the ascension flame through us, blaze the ascension flame through us, blaze the ascension flame through us, take thy command, blaze the ascension flame through us, blaze the ascension flame through us, blaze the ascension flame through us, magnified each hour, blaze the ascension flame through us, blaze the ascension flame through us, blaze the ascension flame through us, love, wisdom, and power. That's the word charge. Charge the ascension flame through us. Charge the ascension flame through us. Charge the ascension flame through us. Beloved I am. Charge the ascension flame through us. Charge the ascension flame through us. Charge the ascension flame through us. Take thy command. Charge the ascension flame through us. Charge the ascension flame through us. Charge the ascension flame through us. Magnified each hour. Charge the ascension flame through us. Charge the ascension flame through us. Charge the ascension flame through us. Love, wisdom, and power expand. Expand the ascension flame through us. Expand the ascension flame through us. Expand the ascension flame through us, beloved I am. Expand the ascension flame through us. Expand the ascension flame through us. Expand the ascension flame through us. Take thy command. Expand the ascension flame through us. Expand the ascension flame through us. Expand the ascension flame through us. Magnified each hour. Expand the ascension flame through us. Expand the ascension flame through us. Expand the ascension flame through us. Love, wisdom, and power. Please. Okay. I think you have said that charge and expand and 3 times. So I think so let's give the closing now. And in full faith, I constantly serve this manifest, manifest, manifest. And in full faith, I constantly serve this manifest, manifest, manifest. And in full faith, I constantly serve this manifest, manifest, manifest. Right here and now with full power, eternally sustained or powerfully active, ever expanding and word enfolding until all are wholly centered in the light and free. Beloved I am, beloved I am, beloved I am. I like to make invocation for sealing of this portion, and then we can go on to the next part. In the name I am that I am, we call the beloved Zarathustra, we call the beloved Serapis Bey, we call to beloved angels of purity, beloved Archangel Gabriel and Hope. We call to beloved all the master of the fourth ray, all please multiply our energy, our decrees that we have given or we have given so far, and bless all of us who are present here and all who are be listening to this on the YouTube, on the Facebook, in the in the days and months and years to come. Let them be blessed by this light of ascension flame, the goal of life for them. That's also the elemental being our air, fire, water, and earth. O beloved holy ones, beloved lords of karma, we offer these energies as our offering from our heart. Please purify our heart, mind, body, and soul. Our motive is impart to us discipline that we need, and please give us all that energy of that we need to really keep on keeping on spirit in heart, mind, body, and soul perpetually. In God's holy name, we ask for blessing of all mankind through this energy this day and forevermore. In God's holy name, I am that I am. Om Tat Sat Om. Amen. Okay, I think I like to open up the platform, but I want to share with you something that I've found from this book, that and some of the pearls, uh, pearls of life, pearls of wisdom, which you may find it helpful. So I'm going to read them, and and you can listen to them. You can listen to this recording again. Uh, so just some bullets. People adopt the concept that the ascension is not the goal for this life through a sense of being unworthy. You know that we feel like we are unworthy. Therefore, goal. Not ascension is not for me because I'm sinner. I'm this or that. So that is a misnomer. This self-condemnation deprives us of the sense that we are ascending here and now. This self-condemnation deprives us. Please make a note of that. So self-condemnation, we call ourselves in a man, because we are unworthy, therefore it's not for me. So we miss the train. We go to the train station, train is over there, but you say, I'm not going to ride this train. This is not for me because I'm not worthy to ride this train. We miss it. So that is something very important. I thought another one is that the ascension requires effort, working the works of God and application for the graces of the Holy Spirit and the gifts of that Spirit. So again, it requires effort. Nothing, no pain, no gain. You know that. So what is the effort? Discipline, effort, doing something. I'm saying prayer, meditation, decrease, service, kindness. All those things. You can make something simple chart, that you will do few things that want to do, that you have been doing degrees. Many of you have been doing degrees for this. Now we are in the emotional quadrant till September 30th. You have been doing degrees and you've been logging it. That's a very good effort. That's a very good discipline. And I'm sure you are feeling the difference. If you are not, please, you can start today. You can do. Poonam has posted those degrees on the WhatsApp group. Do not have to do all of them. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Do not have to do half an hour even whatever you feel comfortable with. Get something going, and you will feel the opening in your chakras, opening in your being. You will feel the light of masters or angels or whatever you have been talking about coming into your temple gradually. Another one, the ascension comes from the great interchange. This is something that you want to know. The ascension comes from the great interchange. What is that interchange? The alchemy whereby we, as a soul, exchange our energies day by day with the spirit of the living God. Living God. We exchange energy as a soul. The soul exchanges energy with the living God. What is the living God? I am presence. You can say that. Holy Christ self. You can say that. Both are the same. Both are immortal. Soul is not immortal. So we are exchanging mortality with immortality, with the high self. Okay. I want to read. I think I read some of them. Okay, then let's see. I think I have another one here. Okay, this is something you may find kind of, you may want to laugh at it, but it is serious laugh. Most of us are karma dodgers. So most of us are karma dodgers. We fall into the trap of meandering and becoming involved in other paths. There are millions of ways of justifying human existence when we don't want to pass an initiation. So when we do not want to do something good, we have millions of reasons, excuses. So that's called karma dodging. Karma dodging is really to do it knowingly or unknowingly, consciously and subconsciously. I give you an example of that here. Karma dodger is procrastination. कल करेंगे, बाद में करेंगे, आज नहीं, is karma dodging. Procrastination is a karma dodging trick. that our human mind plays with it. Laziness is a karma dodging trick. Lack of discipline is a karma dodging trick. Being unkind is a karma dodging trick. So you can look at everything as a am I a karma dodger? I did not know that word until I heard that. Yes, we are all our karma. We do not want to be karma dodgers. We want to be karma workers. We want to be working karma with selflessly, you know, humility wise, So that is something you want to make a note of that. Another point is spiritual progress stops. Please make a note of that. Spiritual progress stops when we fail to take responsibility. Did you know that? I did not know that. Our spiritual progress stops when we fail to take responsibility, cosmic accountability for our own path, our ascension, and our initiation. I'm going to write it down. Maybe I think this is something that is very precious. I'm going to read it a couple of times more. Our spiritual progress stops when we fail to take responsibility. Spiritual progress stops when we fail to take responsibility, cosmic accountability. This is another one. Cosmic, not accountability. We have a responsible for to the cosmos. So think of that. You are cosmic being. Someday you will become cosmic masters. So that is where the word cosmic accountability comes for our own path, for our ascension, and for our initiation. Initiations are bigger than when we receive the light. So this is something. One last time, our spiritual progress stops when we fail to take up responsibility, cosmic accountability for our own path, our ascension, and our initiations. Okay, this is something also. I think I want to maybe one or two more, because there's many more. I want to open up the platform to question and answer. This is something. We must not be afraid of the confrontation with self. See, this is something. We must not be afraid of the confrontation with self. This is why, quote, man know thyself, unquote, is written on the ancient temple wall. You must know yourself. This is something that I think you want to know. You must know yourself as the lower self and the greater self. So you must know as the lower self and the greater self, as a soul evolving, and be able to assess that self objectively, or you will, or that's with self objectively, or you will not make it on the path of ascension. So you have to know lower self and higher self, both of them, and look at yourself as objectively, because without that we will not make our ascension. We will not know our shortcomings. Where do I lack that? But don't criticize yourself, but look at that. I have this short coming. This is my higher self has this. I need to have that one. Okay, I think there's much more than that. Okay, this is the last one. Every time we give the violet flame a portion of our untransmuted karma ascends to the causal body. Did you know that? Every time we give the violet flame, a portion of our untransmuted karma ascends to the causal body. And lastly, the ascension is a very present reality. We are ascending every day. So that is, I think that's all I want to say. I think much more than that, but maybe at another time I will share with you. I think at this time, I think it will be good to have some question and answers. If you can raise your hand, and Jay can, Poonam or Jay can actually ask
Sir,
for.
I've already, Poonam is already unmuted. She can take questions right now.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Okay.
आवाज
Hello?
आ रही है नहीं सर?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Let's have. I can hear you.
Azelia, do you have any question?
No, thank you. Thank you, sir, for a very wonderful session. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
जेपी सर, आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है?
हाँ, जो 1 मिनट जो आपने एडवर्टीजमेंट दिया है फेसबुक पर और यूट्यूब पर, उसमें जो फ्लावर दिखाया गया है उसके 5 पेटल्स हैं, जबकि रूट चक्रा में 4 पेटल्स होते हैं। तो ये मेरे ख्याल से थोड़ा मिसप्रिंट हो गया है, इसे देखिए।
आपने ठीक कहा है, मुझे मिला नहीं 4 पेटल वाला ना, तो I asked my video person, video editor, if can erase 2 of them. He says if he does that, it will look very funny. So I think you are right about that. It only should have 4 petals. That's correct. Thank you.
एक क्वेश्चन और था, व्हाट इज द सोललेस बॉडी?
As it very good question. Soulless body, there are many beings. Actually, great divine director Ganesh ji, he wrote some discourses way back there. He called there are many people on the earth have no soul in them. They're soulless people. They're like mechanical, like robots. Like robots have no soul. You know, the art and artificial intelligence earlier stages, they are making robots now also, you know. So there are people on the earth, they have no soul in them. How do you know that? How can one tell that? You know, we are not going to be judging the people, but there are many people, they are very good in the mind, they are very intellectual, they are very sharp, they are very creative, they are very but they have no soul. Without soul, there is no occupant in the body. People work, people function. This is something new. So what I'm saying, grade 1 director wrote many discourses. I think they're available at Summit Lighthouse teaching. So there were some people, when you look in their eyes, when you look in people's eyes, you see a void, you see an emptiness. There's nobody there, nobody home, they call it. Nobody home, you know, there's a kind of word. And so you can sense that. We do not judge them. We do not see that, but there are many people I don't want to name. I think you know, some names were given to us when I was studying there, and I think I don't want to mention those names, but there are people like that. So this is another creation that was created not by God, by the Atlantean fallen angel, Atlantean scientist. You know, so we do not know that. We look at the people around them and we look at that, and we do not know that much. There's a whole new area that masters have unraveled through the teachings of the master that we do not know of. You know, but we have to know that with a loving heart, with an open heart, that mercy of God is there, and why these decrees have been given to us, science of the spoken word, to use that knowledge to uncreate that Shiva does as Holy Spirit agent, you know. That's what I'm saying. The tool that masters are given through the Summit Lighthouse, the decreeing is a very powerful tool. It can uncreate and it can recreate good things. And that is the responsible of our, as the sons and daughters of God. A lot of times we are only thinking about ourselves. Mujhe ye chahiye, I need that, I need that, I need that. And it is all right. But there's a next level of that. When we transcend that level, we ask God, what do you need through me? How can I use the science of the spoken word? You know, how can I be useful to you as a co-creator? Tomorrow you will become an ascended master also. You will become a cosmic being. And this knowledge has been given to us as so you should know that what is around us as a soulless being, other people, other aliens, other people who come from different planet. What are they doing? What are the whole ball of Maya has a different dimension that is around us. So that is, I think I can leave at that. Maybe you want to go to the TSL encyclopedia and put the word soulless, people without the soul. See what it says over there. I think a beginning point is a TSL encyclopedia for many, many things. You can actually get the whim or get the flavor of a lot of things that we do not know of. So we can be mindful of that. We can be aware of that. We can be useful to God, not for any other reason. Just being useful to God in His creation as the sons and daughters of God.
Thank you, sir.
सोनिका आप कुछ पूछना चाह रहे हैं? आपने क्वेश्चन डाला वहाँ पे चैट रूम में.
Yes, like I have heard that when one is free of karma, then they cannot reside on the earth. They have to leave the earth. Is it true now also?
Yeah, that is very true. We need a little bit of karma, maybe 5%, 1%, little karma to be tethered to the earth, That is very true. I think Jesus had, some karma, 5% or something like that, less. So yeah, that is very true. When the karma is balanced, then by law, there is no gravitational force, for people to keep them earthbound. Yeah, correct.
Okay. And one more thing that I saw, like for Serapis Bay, like the snakes, the Kundalini, it was rising, it was still heart chakra only. It doesn't rise beyond, like to crown.
Yes, I thought about that too when I was explaining that. I think my understanding is that there are two ways to look at it. The energy rises from the root chakra to the level of the heart. That is one part. Then the energy descends from the crown chakra to the level of the heart. So there are two energies, one ascending, one descending, and then they meet in the heart chakra. You might have seen two triangles, one ascending triangle, one descending triangle. They meet each other like a Star of David, with a 6-pointed star. That is one version of that. Second version is this, that the energy after that has descended and ascended, ascended and met in the heart chakra. Part two is that energy together rises. And the energy of let me explain that again. The energy ascending from the root chakra is the energy of the mother, Kundalini. Energy descending from the crown chakra is the energy of the father, Alpha. So Alpha and Omega, Om. So Om meets in the heart chakra. What happens when the energy of father and mother, Alpha and Omega meets in the heart? There is an implosion of energy. That energy together, that gives birth to what? Christ consciousness. Mother, father energy gives birth to Son, or Christ consciousness. That energy rises together to the crown, all the way down, all the way to the crown. And then it becomes like this. You can see my hand, and they become like a shepherd's crook बोलते हैं इसको. Third eye पे यहाँ पे, it becomes locked. ये जो मेरे हाथ है ना, ये becomes locked in the third eye chakra. So that is the second part, second version that rises to the together, father mother energy and the son also, the Christ Gyan जिसको बोलते हैं. So then you become then the vision is sealed in the third eye chakra. That's the all encompassing light. So that is the part that is also, you see the shepherd's crook in the heart of, you see all the shepherds in the, in the Jesus, a picture of shepherd, with the sheep around him. Sheep is the soul, the crook is the shepherd's soul. So those are the two parts. You can look at it that way. So going back to your question, why it is not shown that in the picture, in the statue of Seraphis Bay, I think that is my interpretation, that level of the heart, they stopped it for that reason, for us to contemplate beyond it.
राहुल जी आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है?
No questions. And just one thing, like each person's ascension is different, right? Like they are ascending at a different level. It's not like all of us are ascending together, right? Like that journey will be different, right?
Can you repeat it one more time, please? I think a little bit more loudly. Let me raise my volume also, so I can hear it. And yeah, can you say it? Can you repeat your question again?
You know, in the process of ascension, like each person's journey will be different, right? Everybody will be in a different level of consciousness in the ascension process. It's not like everyone will ascend at the same time and we will move on to the fifth dimension at the same time, right? Like each person takes his own time, is it, according to the consciousness?
Yeah, I think, let me see how I can how best I can answer it. Each person has a unique divine plan, unique karma to balance. So each person has his own course of ascension, as you said that. Master do not use the word dimension. I think this is something we masters always. This is something that I'm not used to the word dimension, fifth dimension or sixth dimension or whatever, because master never, for some reason, they always tell us that the goal of life is this, and there are 33 levels, that we are ascending, and they do not tell us what level we are on, what dimension we are on. So having said that, I would like to say that each person has a unique relationship that we establish with our I am presence based upon purity and love and discipline. We talked about those three virtues, and I think there is an inner communication but with Archangel Michael's protection also, please. That is something to be aware of, that because the forces of darkness always oppose anyone who is ascending, anyone who is going to be taking a vow or taking a step to making a progress. The forces of darkness will try to bring something illusionary path or illusionary feeling. So Archangel Michael, when I talk about the discipline, Archangel Michael is a guardian on that. So this is a very, and Seraphis Bay is a highly disciplinarian. So discipline and Archangel Michael. So I think what I know that from is a grace of God. It is, yes, we are walking with the path of Ascended Masters, it's a unique path, but it's a path of how can I say that? It's a needling, threading the needle. You know what I mean by threading the needle? How you put your, how you thread the needle very finely. You really have to, by the very sharpness, it's not your effort, it's God's effort. God is doing through you the needling of the thread part, And I think that one has to, remember we talked about that, one has to know the weaknesses and one has to know the strength. One has to know both sides of it. And then you say, God, I cannot do that. I know you're all doing that. You're all going to be mindful of that. But I think answering your question, yes, it is a very unique, very personal, very holy, very intimate, very private. I don't know, there are other words you can use also, Yes, I agree with you totally what you just said, It is a very personal, private, individual, you cannot explain that, right? Because you feel it. It's like a taste of the fruit, taste of the, drink, taste of the dinner, taste of the mango, taste of any kind of thing. How can you explain that? It's just that kind of thing, but I think only one ingredient that I like is only by the grace of God, only by the grace of God, it happens, you know. So I think I don't know whether I answered the way you wanted me to, but I have tried to the best I know that, you know, I've answered it. Jay, you want to say something?
No, I think, sir, you have covered most of the parts, so I don't want to add anything on this.
Thank you.
Okay, Ji, do you have any question?
Yeah, I have something to ask in general. What is the link between initiation and ascension? I know initiations comes and steps. That's first, so like initiation on the 7 rays. At what part of the initiation can you have your ascension? That's at what stage of the initiation will you have the ascension that you could have like balanced 51% at a certain stage? What's the link? Because these initiations tends to be the test we run throughout our lives, trying to survive, trying to pass the tests. And that's what makes up our ability to unite with God and be ascended. So I'm asking, what's the link there? And at what stage do you really cross the 51% stage?
That's an excellent question, Okezi. Thank you. The maybe three things that I hear: test initiation and ascension. What is
Yes.
what is the connection
link.
of
Connection,
between
yes.
the connection between them? So I think a tests are like, as I mentioned, you know, we go through our the way I understand is a test of the of karma making situation. You know, when what we say, what we feel, what we think, and what we do. There's 4 ways we make karma. You know. So test comes. You know, in some level we are consciously paying attention. We begin to pay attention. What I'm saying, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, what I'm what I'm feeling. Also, those we become mindful of all those 4 parts in our. So those are the tests. You know, a lot of times we are not. We just do things haphazardly. You know. So initiation is when we have when we are a big when comes a time for a major role that our higher self or masters, you can say that, or karmic board, they want us to give us like I gave example of a semester exam or yearly exam. Then there's a time like when we write our letters every year we write our letters at the beginning of the year. We ask for dispensation. We ask the master, please give me this gift, this gift, this gift. We do that twice a year. We do that at the December 31st. We do also on the July 4th or 5th of July. We write a letter to the karmic board asking them for gift, you know, or in this. So when they give us increment of light, we can call that as an initiation, that you're giving us increment of light. But the test, the initiation comes sometime hidden. Sometimes it's mostly not known to us. But when we like someone, I don't know how to say that, someone is in need of money, or someone has a car broken down, or someone, you're traveling on a highway, or someone comes to you and and says, well, you have only one piece of loaf, bread, or someone says, can you give me, I'm hungry, so you give your loaf, bread of loaf to him, and you stay hungry. So that kind of thing, something like that happens, and you do not know that, but you want to, because you are intuitively want to help someone, so that can be called as an initiation. And then God says, oh, this person is a very merciful, very kind. He has passed his initiation, so he gives more, he receives more light. So that is the difference between the test and initiation. When we do some notable act of charity, or act of prayer, or act of doing something kind to others. How it is the connected with ascension? I think both of them, the test and the initiation, they are energy exchanges. And what we do, what we think, what we say, how we do is energy exchange, as we talked about. So soul gives part of that, and higher self receives part of that, and vice versa. It's an interchange, energy. What happens during that interchange, that we are actually becoming, receiving an increment of light, which is the getting closer. The soul is getting closer and closer. Or another word for that is reuniting with her source or herself. And that is ascension. So ascension happens every day, every moment. It's not something that happens big time at the like a grand finale at the end, So some people thought that ascension is going to happen one time. We ascend, yeah. When that gradually we are getting closer to that, and when we develop the momentum of really receiving that light and doing those good things, then what happens is that we become more adept at that, more doing our good things, and then we balance 51% of karma. How do we know that? That was your question. How do we know we have balanced 51% of our karma? Archangel Gabriel, we have been told Archangel Gabriel comes to us personally to say that you have balanced 51% of your karma and that you are a candidate for the ascension. This is how we know that. This is remember the song we were singing? I hear my eternal in the song. I hear my voice in the song. That is when I said that this is what Archangel Gabriel personally to announce that you are a candidate for the ascension in this life. 51% of karma. Yeah. So that is my answer. I hope I answered all of your questions.
Yes, greatly a good part of the question is answered. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
जी सर हो गया.
Okay, all of you, one announcement. Starting next Sunday, I mentioned earlier, this is the book. Okay, so also when we start ascending, I think question from chat room, I think Sonika put together. Let me open up that. Also, when we start ascending after 51% of karma, we can go back, right? After initiation, also we can go downward, but after ascension, there is no going back. That is not true, Sonika ji. People can go back. Yeah. That's why Master said when you make 51% of your karma balance, you take your ascension. Don't go back, because person can go back because we can make wrong choices. Free will choices wrong. Yeah, that it has happened to us. That's why the 51% dispensation was given to us. So people will not go back next lifetime, So I think I'm just correction there. Yeah, we should make our ascension. The best thing is to make more and more 100%. Mother Mary said that one of our dedication, please make your ascension with as much physical ascension, 100%. But if this at the end of this life, when we go there, and the Lords of Karma tell us, Jaspal or Sonika or someone, how much karma you have balanced, you want to go back, or you want to, work from here. I think the best scenario is to work from there, not come back, because one can go back and lose a lot of karma, make more karma. That's my answer. So this is the book, the Chela and the Path. If you do not have that, please order that book. You can Amazon starting next Sunday, same time, 4 to 5:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. We will be going over this book chapter by chapter. It's written by Master El Moria. This is his book, his first book that he gave to his chelas back in 1958. So I think it has 16 lessons. We will go over each lesson chapter by section. Paragraph by paragraph, and see what comes to us. It will be a group discussion for all of us to get involved. I think it's going to be something very interesting that you will all like that. So we'll also have a song to El Moria. We'll also talk about, maybe do a decree to El Moria, maybe do something that really brings us the closeness to the Master Al-Moria, who he really is, get to know him and seek his sponsorship more closely. So that's all I want to say. So that's all I have on my mind. Jay, would you like to make an invocation for closing?
Okay, sir. In the name I am that I am, we thank all the angels who overshadow us during this our session. We thank especially to Beloved Serapis Bay. Please guide us, attend us, and overshadow us for our ascension during this coming years and in this life, so that we can ascend and fulfill our mission. Everyone in God's holy will. Amen. Om.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much, all of you. God bless you. I'll see you. Actually, we have on Monday, we have a session on Violet Flame also. So, you know, the time is 6 to 8 a.m. every Tuesday morning, actually. It's a Monday evening here, Tuesday morning. So some of you have been attending. I'd like to invite you to, if you can attend also Tuesday morning. Don't have to be there for 2 hours. It can be there for half an hour or more, as much you can. I think that will something that you can benefit us manifold when you give the Violet Flame degrees. Thank you very much. God bless you. I'll see you on Tuesday. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.